What is going on, guys? It is KA. It's been a little while since the last time I filmed, but I'm coming back today. I'm just off work. I had to work a morning shift today, so I'm back home now for a few minutes. Just had some lunch, and I'm ready to get on the road. I'm getting on the road. I'm driving a couple hours up out of my way. I'm going to go see my buddy Alan. It's the first time you're going to see anybody's mug on this vlog except my own. So get excited for that. Alan's a good guy. I've known the guy for several years. We're going to go have some fun up in his part of the woods. Like I said, he lives a couple hours up the road from me. So we're getting ready to head that way. There's a lot of cool stuff we have in store for you guys, and we're just going to hang out. It's been a little bit since we've seen each other, so stay tuned, and I got more coming up. What's going on, guys? This is KA. I have made the road trip 2 hours out of my way, and there's not a whole lot of people who I would do that to come see and sit in a giant room. But right over here, that's the RASSEY himself. That's Alan.
I just don't know anymore.
Yeah, Alan. What are we doing?
Yeah, man, we're just sitting here working all day long, and then we're gonna watch some WWE later on. So
yeah,
that's gonna be good.
Got some WWE time coming on. Big NXT show tonight. So for all you wrestling fans, that's what we're gonna be taking part of. Even though I'm an idiot, and we're gonna do this. I have a network subscription on my Apple TV, and was instructed to bring my Apple TV up here. And then did that, and did not fully bring the Apple TV.
No remote.
Yeah, see, I did.
No remote. I'm gonna have to try to scrounge something up here, like always.
Yeah, this guy is the technical guy out of my friends group. That's why he's the one sitting on the laptop using Pro Presenter right now, and I'm the one talking to a phone. So. And later on, I'm going to see if this dude will edit everything for me, because it'll probably look like it was actually edited well instead of the 10 minutes of editing that I usually put into some stuff. So we're up here. This is a church. It's the church that I've been a part of basically since Jump Street, really.
Yes.
And after that, Alan tells me that there's things around this town that we can film and have a good time with. But
y'all stay tuned, because we're going to do some Clantons. We're going to go to some other place. I'm going to show you a crazy house, not the inside. That's legal. But I'm going to show you the crazy
that does
house.
Stop us. That does stop us.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you a few other things. And big cabin truck stop maybe. So you just stick around, and you're going to see all of it.
We're going to get a little bit more work done, guys. We'll be back in just a minute. Trying to get work done. And the RASSEY back here just keeps wanting to play the guitar and just do that whole thing. Did you guys know that the King of the Hill was Christian? Okay, guys, so we're back here in the church. You saw a little bit of it earlier on. RASSEY from the Kingdom is off in the bathroom right now. He's going to be out here in just a second. We're going to take you guys through the church. And it's going to be an opportunity really for us to kind of explain this church, explain its importance in our lives, in our friendship, in other friendships that have come out of it, and just the importance of sort of being able to have something like this to come back. Okay, so this is, again, RASSEY from the Kingdom, and he has been part of this church as long as I have. He's just around a little bit more often, so he knows the building a little bit better than I do. If I'm going to be a little bit egotistical, it's kind of a special occasion when I show up at this point, as often as as long as as busy as we both are.
Once every few months.
Yeah, as busy as we both are doing things at other churches and for other things and things like that. So, RASSEY, Alan, if you want to take us around.
Let me take you on a journey that you'll never forget, and you may not forget on purpose, so hopefully I don't blind you here. Alright, well, we got the stage right here. This is the auditorium. Got the stage. This is where they stand up and talk. It's where they do all this sort of stuff. All the worship stuff on there, and the messages on that screen back there. Over here we've got the tech booth. That's where I do most of the work. Yeah, this is sort of the area of the church that we're both the most familiar with. Spend about 8 hours a week at least.
Yeah, this is where, when I'm up here working for this church, this is kind of our seat. I've actually, as many services as I've been to in this church, I've never actually sat in the seats of the church. I've always been back here serving the church and working with the church. And before we go on, it's a really cool thing because I mean we were doing this. Obviously, Rassey's dad here's the head pastor of the church,
Yeah.
and we've known about the church even before this church became a thing, and it was kind of surreal. You know, I think for probably the first year that planning went into this church, I honestly didn't think that it would ever get to this point. I didn't think that we would have a building at the original plan wasn't even to have a building. You know,
No, we didn't have a clue where we're going.
Yeah, we knew the city, and that was because Robert and Alan here both already lived here.
Yep.
We knew that was where the church was going to be planted. But
We might be meeting in a field.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Yeah, and you know we're just so incredibly blessed to even be able to have this building. It's an incredibly old building. You can tell sort of from the outside of it, but it's more than held its purpose. And you know,
Yep.
sort of the coolest thing that I think, and you guys won't be able to see this because I won't be here filming tomorrow for any of the services, but on Sundays this place is overflow. This place has
3 services.
Yeah, 3 services now.
Yep.
Did we start at 1 or 2?
2.
We started at 2.
Yeah, started at 2.
We've added a 3rd service now, and
Been open for almost a year and a half.
yeah, and it's just been out of necessity. You know, we've needed to have another service because there just wasn't enough
Yep.
room to fit everybody for 2 services. This is not a huge city. It's a smaller city.
I think 700 people.
Yeah, and it's a smaller city, so it's a smaller building, and we find a way to fill it. God has done amazing wonders with this church.
Those are Wikipedia statistics there. So
Yeah. And it's just, you know, every time I walk in here, I kind of think that, you know, I had my doubts. I didn't really think that this was going to be a thing.
No.
You know, and, you know, I think Alan had been talking about it really since I'd known him that, hey, we're going to start
Quite
this
a
church.
while.
We're going to start this church. We're going to start this church. And I heard it so often that I was like, yeah, there's no way that we're going to start this church.
So we actually came here, and then he showed up and said, "What the heck's this? This
Yeah.
is an actual church here."
Yeah, I mean, I was here for a lot of the planning period of it, and meant to be here for the opening service, and wasn't able to make it that week. But I think I made it the following week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
was blown away at already the amount of a reception that the church had, and it's done nothing but get bigger.
All right, now I'm going to show you one of my favorite parts of the whole church right here. This is where they serve donuts and coffee. You show up at 7 in the morning here. You stay here till about 1 or 1:30, so, you know, it's going to be a long day. You got to get coffee and donuts and all that, so this is where it happens.
They
Right here.
the nickname of this church is Alive, and they will make sure that you feel that way when you walk in the door. This
Yeah.
is not Dead Church. So
Yeah, an overflow right out here. We've got some seating and TV over there.
am I on frame? Can you
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah,
Is that
you
good?
got it.
Okay.
And we put some more seats out here besides the table. This is another favorite part right here. The kitchen. All the snacks and whatnot. Fridge and all that good stuff.
This place has been our friend. You know, I'm sure there's probably pictures up on my Instagram. If there's not, then by the way, give me a follow on Instagram at k.a.theteran. And if not, they're on my phone, and I'll do something with them. We've been in this church building at 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
before. I mean, and not even
Back at 7.
yeah, and not even goofing off. We were up here doing work,
Yeah.
on Saturday night, getting things ready for Sunday morning church. I'd staying in his guest room at Robert's house, and his dad, Pastor Robert, and go home at 4:30, get up and be here at 7:30 in the morning. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of work that goes into these churches every week, and I serve for a different church now. I'm not here nearly as often now, but
Me neither.
I still feel a special connection being here from before this was a church. To come here. I was here before the first service because I was
Yeah.
in the building when
Yeah.
we were building everything, and making constant load hauls to Stillwater where we both live, and moving trailers and
Oh, man.
everything else. All the glory work that you guys don't get to see, but
Oh, yeah, there's been a lot of work. Let me show you this over here. This is kids' area. Got a little bouncy house over here.
they have to keep that deflated because they don't trust Rassey and me
No.
when there's a blown up bouncy house.
That's pretty scary right there. We got all the kid stuff. This is where the kids have their service right here. And baby's rooms in here.
Which is different. This is another testament.
Stinky places.
Yeah, this is another testament to the growth of the church. This didn't look like this, when we started here. This was
all
just
been-
sort of an empty extra area.
Empty room. There was nothing in here.
Yeah,
no walls really.
All the kids stuff was kind of forced downstairs. That's where we're gonna go head on now.
Yeah, we're going downstairs. This is bigger kids stuff down here. Coming in here.
Smelling like paint, like it always does.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time we painted down here and it smells like paint. It just always smells like paint.
Turn on some lights here. There
Yeah.
we go. This is my favorite part right here. This little rock climbing wall. Yep.
So this thing feels about like a wrestling mat. I mean, it really does. I don't think I have this video anymore, which means we might have to reshoot it.
Oh, I've got it.
But there's a video that we recorded. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. It was RASSEY and I and another one of a mutual acquaintance of ours who's getting married here sometime soon. And we just kind of took turns just taking running jumps onto that mat.
Yeah.
It's not the softest thing in the world.
No,
but,
no, about as hard as time.
yeah, but we're both sort of used to some sort of wrestling mat or some sort of landing mat or something like that. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so over here, you can kind of see over there, we've got TVs and Wii's and all that stuff for the kids. There's their screen. They do all their service right here. It's a big screen. We'll go over here now.
Dark in a church. This is more light in the church than I'm used to seeing, in all honesty. I mean, I'm used to being here in the glory hours.
Yeah, most of the time we're not here during service hours. This is my main room in here, workroom.
Yep.
This is where all the technology is stored when we're not using it. We're using most of it, but there's stuff we don't use.
There is a green screen here, so
yeah, this is where we film some of the messages and stuff we do.
you might film a thumbnail for my video here. Just put some cool background on it. Actually, have a decent thumbnail. All my thumbnails on these videos have been just whatever clip I've picked out of the video. It hasn't been any kind of custom thumbnail. Mainly because I'm too lazy to Photoshop things. But yeah, it's always crowded down here.
This is the inner sanctum right here.
Yeah.
This is deep in the bowels as you can get. Also over here we got a workroom, another work type room, storage, everything and whatnot.
And again, more to this room than there was just even recently. We have kind of the crosses hanging out here. This was a set display, wasn't it?
This was for Easter.
Yeah.
In the lobby, yeah. We got some stage pieces right here and all kinds of paper towels and storage.
So what you guys probably can't tell, what you guys probably can't see because of the amount of stuff that we have in here, witch hats and things like that, that I'm really tempted to put on, is this building, before we inherited it, was... Oh, it's bolted down. Okay.
Jeez.
This building was a country club.
Country club. Yeah, there's the tennis courts out there.
Yeah, it's a country club. We're going to go outside here in just a second. This is a bar top. It's actually an old bar top. The bar top that's upstairs was an existing bar top that we just sort of refurbished, redid. And so that's kind of why the building is sort of shaped the way it is. Sort of.
We don't quite turn water into wine, but it's still there.
But yeah, it's something that people recognize when they try to get outside here. I don't know how well that's looking in the frame, but there's some old tennis courts out there that was part of the existing country club.
Yeah.
It's sort of the back door of the church.
Right next to the Walmart and Holiday and all that.
And so that was probably the one thing that surprised me the most. The first time that I made a trip up here, I heard it was an old country club building, and just how obvious that is that it was, in fact, a country club building.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, for a while, I've checked, this is not this way anymore, because we've been established here for so long, but there was a time when you could Google, on Google Maps, you couldn't Google this church.
That's true.
Because you had to Google Maps Veneta Country Club.
They'd say, where the heck are you?
Yeah.
You'd say, well, we're up here at the country club. So
yeah, if you Googled Veneta Country Club, this place would come up.
Yeah.
It's not that way anymore because, like I said, we've been established.
Finally got ourselves put on Google Maps and whatnot.
So we're going to...
About to head over to Clanton's.
Yeah, Clanton's Diner. Clanton's Diners, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives recommended. I've been there before. It's a fantastic place.
Guy Ferrari or something is over there.
Fieri.
Yeah, same thing. Named after a car or something similar.
So we're going to go over there. We might be meeting up with one of Rassey's buddies here.
Ethanol.
Ethanol. I'm friends with him too, not to the same level because I don't live in this city, but we'll go see him, see if we can't get him to say something on camera. I don't know.
All right, you ready?
Yep, let's do it. Okay. So we got a problem. I come up here. This was one of the conditions of me making a trip up today was to watch the NXT show and to have some good food at Clanton's Cafe. It's about 20 minutes until 6 o'clock, and the diner says that they're closed until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, so
it closes at 6.
Well, it closed until 6. They're opening up at 6. Is what it said. Yeah, I think it said. Well, I don't know what it said.
I think it says they close at 6.
I don't know. I saw 6 on there, and it says they're closed currently.
That's strange.
So we've met up with Ethanol. He was out here. He hasn't been on camera yet, obviously.
Yeah, you'll meet him,
but
you won't forget him either.
So what I meant to say in the church, I didn't get a chance to, and Rassey here can attest to every word of this. So this won't be anything that catches him off guard. But I want to stress the importance of good solid two-way friendships and things like that. Alan is I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna call you Alan part of the time and Rassey from the KYINDUM some of the other time. But we met each other playing in a worship group together,
Oklahoma State,
and at Oklahoma State University, and
haven't been back since.
and Alan, I've told him this on multiple occasions. For about the first, 6 months out of it, I couldn't stand this guy. This guy was public enemy number one to me. I was the bass player. He was playing electric guitar, and he came in with a lot of ideas that were actually really, really good ideas, and that's why we've been able to coexist and play music together for so long, and so just effortlessly when we get together and do it.
Yep.
But for that start, I just couldn't. I couldn't stand
handle all the puns.
I couldn't stand the humor. I couldn't stand a lot of anything that went on. But thankfully that ended. So it's a hugely important thing to have.
No, we ain't talking to him right now.
To have friendships that'll challenge you, that'll build you up. Rassey and I, we build each other up. And we have a really good time doing it most of the time. And I don't know our buddy Ethanol as well. I got to credit Rassey with that nickname. That's not a KA exclusive.
I didn't make that one either, but somebody did. I just heard it.
And
that's how we know him.
But I don't know him as well. But he's another guy that we build up and he builds us up, and it works great both ways. And it's also to just not give up on something that is going to be beneficial. We both could have given up on that worship group. We could have given up on the church.
Yeah.
We had multiple opportunities. I had multiple opportunities, especially to say no. I don't want to help out with this church. This church is 2 hours away from where I live. It's not paying me anything. It's why would I want to do that? But even through the doubts and the skepticisms there, I had every belief that God was going to use that church, and He absolutely has to reach this city and this town. I don't know if it's big enough to be called a city.
Town.
But that's not the face of a city boy.
Little hamlet.
But so just strive for those things. Strive for relationships that are going to lead you closer to God, that are going to build you up, and have faith in God's timing and God's plan. If it was up to me, I don't know that the church would be there, because I could have walked away from it. I don't know that we would have accomplished what we accomplished with our worship group.
Yep.
And that definitely had its ups and downs. One of the ups being we were able to record an entire worship album. The down to that was nothing ever came out of it. We recorded it and then pretty well scrapped all of it.
We tried, though.
Yeah,
we tried.
But just keep persevering in the Lord in whatever you feel His calling for you is biblically, and hopefully you'll have a friendship like this, and you'll have something. Maybe it's not a church, maybe it's something else that will bring honor to God that way. So we're on the road to God knows where right now.
We're going to the Highway Cafe. That is a pretty good place, and Clanton's was closed for some reason, so we're going to Highway Cafe. So we're going to try and eat some. I don't know what we're gonna eat there. They got all kinds of stuff there.
So yeah, we're gonna get off of here, and hopefully, I think we're gonna probably have plates of food in front of us the next time you see us. All right, guys, we're back out here in front of what is this place called?
Highway Cafe.
The Highway Cafe. Out here in Nowhere, Oklahoma. It's at the corner of Nowhere, and You're Absolutely Lost. Ethanol's still hanging out inside. I don't know if we're gonna get any footage with him.
Yeah, we will.
We're always coming out now, but getting back up in the car now to head back towards the Praise House, and
here comes
see where we go from there. See if we can't get this guy. So we're back on the road here. Again, we're now again at the corner of Nowhere and You're Absolutely Lost. Out here in Nowhere, Oklahoma, and I kind of wish that was a real place. It's a real place in Kansas. There is such an animal as Nowhere, Kansas.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but so we're heading back to the church.
It's actually now here, Kansas, instead of Nowhere.
Fair enough. We're heading back to the church. Got a little bit more work to do. We got about a half hour before the NXT show happens. So I forgot to bring my NXT t-shirt, so I do not have representing Team Bailey tonight, by the way. Hashtag Hug Life. And I will be doing all the entrances in the church, unapologetically. And if RASSEY over here feels like turning on the camera, you might see some of those. If not, just imagine it. But I will be doing Bailey. I don't have a mask, or I would be doing Asuka. My entrance game is strong.
Pretty on point, huh?
Yeah. Bobby Roode makes his NXT debut tonight. So I'll be doing his entrance. The one that I will most likely hurt myself doing is the Shinsuke Nakamura entrance today, because you got to be all kinds of athletic and stuff, and I'm obviously not to do that one.
A few years out of high school, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, man. I'm 23. I'm falling apart. So we're heading back to the church. Like I said, we got a little bit more work to do, and then it's NXT time.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? KA back here at the church finally. It's probably about 15 minutes later. Got a little bit of work done, and finally, the long-awaited arrival. It's Mr. Ethan back there.
Ethanol to you.
Ethanol of the Alive crew here, doing what he does, sitting here running light shows, making the place look all bright and colorful and everything like that. What do you got coming up for this weekend?
Oh, we're gonna be doing Grenade by Bruno Mars, Alive by Hillsong, Hosanna, and From the Outside In by Hillsong United.
I think that's backwards. Inside Out, I think, is...
Yeah, whatever you want to
It's all the same. Only the names have changed.
Yeah.
Is it a Bon Jovi reference over there? This is a lot more cognizant than we usually are. This kind of thing is usually happening at 12:30 at night or something like that. Some sort of craziness. There's a nice little, if I can get turned around and get it in frame. There's some of what Ethan's doing. Just get some stuff messed with. I think he's got a lot of the shows built by now, probably, because he's an overachiever and doesn't like to work at 12:30 at night.
He does.
But
He'll call me at 2 in the morning while I'm sitting there asleep. You know, I'm sitting here going to work the next day. He'll call me at 2 in the morning 5 times and say, "What do you want?" I made a new Best Light show. I will see it later. I will see it.
I'm at least grateful for these guys, because this whole station, this whole thing that Ethan has working here, all the different machines, I am clueless about that kind of stuff. I can sit here and run anything else at this whole table. The computer that I'm on, the computer that RASSEY is on over there, the big mixer board, any of that I can run. The light board, I am 100% clueless about.
Hey, once you get started, you never stop, so I advise you not to learn it.
So, just make myself even more versatile to this church. But so that's what's going on. I wanted to finally get Ethan. We've been talking about him for however long we've been filming now. Well, even longer, because as long as I've been up in this city. So you haven't seen all of that, obviously. So before Alan starts firing up some sounds over there and makes me stop filming.
Yeah.
Alan, who's your pick in the NXT main event tonight?
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Joe versus Nakamura for the championship.
It's gonna be Joe.
He's got Joe retaining.
Samoa Joe, man, that's who it is.
I think we're on opposite teams there. I'm Team Strong Style as well as Team Hug Life, as well as Team Last Kicker for tomorrow at SummerSlam. I'm on a lot of teams. All right, I'm kind of the ultimate free agent. I just team jump all the time. But we're sitting here about 10 minutes away from the start of Takeover, and still got a little bit of work to do. So I'll be around here for most of the rest of the night until I decide to drive two hours back the other direction and head on home. But I know RASSEY wants to get some work done, and we're gonna watch Takeover here in a minute. So I'll get back with you guys here in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back, still in the church. We just got done with the NXT viewing party.
It's all pretty good.
Yeah, Ethanol has bolted. He had to go get up out of here. Had other things to do. Yeah, apparently things that are more important. So now we're back to work, finishing up the last little bit here for the church. What do we still have to do tonight, there, RASSEY?
Nothing at all.
Yeah, see,
we're just hanging out.
So I think we're finishing up the last little bit. We were checking out one of Ethan's light shows a little bit earlier. But overall, so I gotta get your thoughts on the Takeover show, Takeover Brooklyn 2.
Oh man, it was hard hitting.
It was a cool setup we had. We had it on actually just about every monitor that we have access to.
Yeah,
right now,
all of them actually. Yeah,
and really, really good stuff. I was more than happy with the show. This one over here would not record me doing Bailey's entrance. I did a very good. I even had Ethan. I had Ethan running lights for me. I was all lit up. I was on the stage. Team Hug Life.
Gosh,
and
spare my life.
And he was just kind of looking like I don't know this guy.
Spare my life.
He's not actually embarrassing me because there's only 3 of us in this room. But I mean, realistically, I probably would have done it if there was like 700 people in this room because I love that entrance. Was going to do Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance, but I thought that might hurt me because that dude's way more athletic than I am. I actually kind of tweaked my knee a little bit running up on stage for Bailey's entrance.
That dude's just crazy.
I don't know what Nakamura's entrance would have done for me, but yeah, overall, I'm just extremely impressed with the show. The internet here is not the greatest, so we had to deal with some buffering for a little while. But
yeah, we've got high speed, but not fast enough, apparently.
Yeah, it's. And I have issues sometimes too trying to stream live, even at my apartment. And just like I said, I'm not bootlegging the NXT shows straight from WWE Network, logged in on every one of these screens in here. Alan's got things making noises, so if you hear random noises, that's what that is. Because that's basically my life when I come to this church, is figuring out why Alan's messing with lights.
What the heck's going on, yeah.
So we're sitting just about 10 o'clock Central Time. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick around.
Better stick around all night.
He wants me here for the morning services. I've already told him that's not going to happen.
My gosh.
But that's
going to church.
That's what
Who does that?
That's what he seems to want. I've got to go back 2 hours back the other way tonight.
So he says.
Probably stopping only in Tulsa to get gas, but because this guy runs a car with CNG. It's 4,000 miles to the gallon.
I fill up maybe once a week. $5, and it's like 300 miles or so. That's the small tank. Why we got the small tank, I don't know, but
he infuriates me. I don't like that car, and now I have to do 2 of my favorite things in the world. 1 being night driving, 2 being figuring out how to get out of this city. Because as often as I'm here, I have no idea how to get out of here, or get here really. Like, once I'm here, I'm fine. But getting in and out of this place, even though if we were outside of this building right now, you can see the big main road from our parking lot. Frankly,
that's true,
if you feel like cutting across 4 lanes of traffic, you can just jump right into the entrance.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that. That's not my thing. But my car's too nice to do that, and it's not even that nice. But so overall, I'm very happy with what we've actually got accomplished for the church tonight. Like I said, we're still finishing up the last little bit of it, but a good night for NXT. This guy is apparently not coming down for SummerSlam tomorrow. We were going to do a 1-in-1 where I was going to come up here for NXT TakeOver. He was going to come down for SummerSlam, but
I was going to, but somebody else changed my plans for me. So yeah,
that seems to happen a lot to him. And he doesn't know this, but I'm low-key mad at him right now because I've been sitting right here in this chair next to him pretty much the entire night. For the entirety of the NXT show and things like that, this has been my seat. And we went out to that place that we had dinner at. That name I don't remember.
And he didn't get Clanton's.
Well, that's not even. It's not even that. It's not even that we went there instead of Clanton's. That because we couldn't control that. That was beyond our control. But when we left that diner, he walked out of there with a massive, massive cinnamon roll.
Oh, I did.
I had completely forgotten about that. I didn't care. Whatever. He wants a cinnamon roll, let him get a cinnamon roll. I don't care. He's what are you, 23 years old? So
22.
22. Yeah. So he can get a cinnamon roll if he bloody well wants a cinnamon roll. I didn't care. When we get back here, I've forgotten about the cinnamon roll because by this point my mind is on let's finish up the last of this work. Let's watch NXT. Let's do our thing. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm doing my thing. I'm on Snapchat,
Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff.
And I'm sitting here and I'm watching on the projector, I'm watching the show. And I start smelling things coming from the right of me. And I'm like, what in the world do I smell? And I look over, and this dude's just chowing into this giant cinnamon roll.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me kind of low-key mad.
Good for the blood pressure.
Because I'm like, I don't have a giant cinnamon roll. And then he puts it away. Okay? He puts it away. And I'm like, okay, whatever. 30 minutes later, I smell it again. And I turn around, and he's sitting there just chowing into this massive cinnamon roll. I've been smelling cinnamon roll all night without a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, great.
And so I'm low-key mad at RASSEY right now. But, you know, I'm sure I'll get over it one of these years. I made it through that first 6-month period like I talked about in the vlog earlier without killing him. So
a couple years down the road, he'll be all right.
So I'm sure we'll be okay. But so I don't know how much more I'm going to record tonight, but I might say something a little bit more when I get back to Stillwater. I don't know. It'll be fairly late. It'll be at least midnight when I get home. So probably a little bit later than that. But
12:30.
Yeah, looking maybe at 12:30.
Right now.
Yeah, maybe 12:30.
Of course, I don't know the way you drive though.
Well, see,
you'd be there a lot faster than that.
Yeah, about that. But I might have one or two more things that we catch tonight. If not, I'm going to go ahead and sign out now. Let me see if I can't talk this guy into going down to the green screen and getting something cool for me for this video. And also talking him into editing this video.
Oh, jeez.
So that might be how we finish the rest of the night, is editing this, because that would make me very happy, because it's way less work I have to do tomorrow, and more time I can spend, you know, watching SummerSlam. So that's probably what's going to happen, realistically, is we're going to go take a thumbnail picture, and then we're going to edit. And I don't think we'll upload this till tomorrow, probably not. But yeah, that's the rest of the plan now. So, guys, just, you know, like I mentioned earlier, you know, follow the Lord in everything that you do. Get yourself great friendships that are going to grow you closer to the Lord. And the Lord has given you desires. He's given you loves and passions for Him and for His glory. Follow those things at every turn and
get it done.
And I think I know you'll find way more joy in following the Lord than you will of following anything else. I can speak that from experience. So, if RASSEY doesn't have anything else to add to it, any profound words?
Well, I tell you what, I've got plenty to add, but I know you all are probably staying up late watching this already, and you're tired as all get out, so I'm going to let you go to bed, and I'll finish up with some words of wisdom later on down the road.
That sounds good. God bless, guys. Take care. Thank you for watching. If you're new, please consider subscribing. If you want to see more content like this, I love making it. Leave a comment down. That always helps. And just, you know, thank you for giving this a view. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be entertaining for you guys. Hopefully I am entertaining. And going forward, hopefully it's even more entertaining. So, God bless, guys. I love you. I'll see you later.